Hi, I'm Sero, and this is my Twitch stream. Sero does stuff because Sero does stuff with bad grammar. Suck on it, Ollie. Usually the stuff we do is TTRPG related, and today is no different. It's the third and final day of my weekend Twitchiversary, or my Twitchiversary weekend, rather. We are playing Monster of the Week again. Yay! And it'll be in the Bowels of Hell, apparently. I'm gonna introduce everyone, and then I'll quickly go through a little bit of information, and then hand it over to Jonny.
I mean, I could introduce Jonny. We're kind of sort of on the same podcast.
Yeah, you go ahead. You go ahead, Miah. We'll try and
Yeah, the executive producer will take over here. Yes, I am Miah. That is Jonny. We are on the Monsters Playbook. You can find us on Twitter at Monster Playbook and on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Monsters Playbook. We also have a Patreon. We also have a Discord, a merch store. And yeah, we do play Monster of the Week. We have some spin-off one-shots. We recently played with Shrimp and Crits, pretending to be goats, playing Goat Crashers. Lots of fun, lots of laughs. Highly recommend it. But yeah, that is us.
Awesome. And Heather. They can't
well,
see.
I'm wearing regular merch.
We hear you.
Yeah.
Heather, please tell everyone where you're from on the internet.
Do it.
Hi, I'm Heather. I usually play Mags Oliver on Nameless Monsters, which is another Monster of the Week podcast. We, that's where we are. Our Twitter handle, or X, or whatever it is now, is namelessmon_pod, and you can follow us there and get updates and etc. And I have merch too. Look, merch.
Oh,
some cool merch.
How about that?
Yeah.
How about it?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's me.
And Ollie, I don't know. How do you want to introduce yourself here?
What do you mean, I don't know? Hello, my name's Ollie. You can find me over at OJWH Reviews, where I talk about films and TV and stuff, except not stuff. I formerly had a podcast, but I don't anymore. Nor do I have any other RPG things that I play on, so you cannot really find me anywhere except for a review page on Facebook that I very rarely post on.
Yeah, and
so
you've also been on my podcast a number of times.
Yeah.
I have been on Sero's podcast and stream and in her life for a long time.
A couple of years.
Time.
3 years, actually, hasn't it?
It's felt like a lifetime.
Oh, okay.
In the best way, right?
Yes.
Right.
I'm just going to hand it straight over to Jonny now. Jonny, please start. Please.
Immediately.
Also, Heather, you've got a -1.
Here's what we will need to know, other than the fact that the audience is legit punishing you out the gate, which I am here for. Because this game is built to replicate the idea of long-running shows, but we're doing just a one-shot, I have created some backstory without the player's knowledge or involvement. So they will be playing as a monster hunting crew of some renown in their esoteric supernatural circles. The current nemesis that you guys have been fighting against is named Lord Imodius, one of the 5 kings of hell.
Amazing.
He's been terrorizing your city, and you've been fighting him back. On his most recent battle, he made his retreat and took with him one of your friends or allies. So do any of you in your books have someone who could be this friend or ally that's been taken by him to hell?
I have a crew.
Or could we make someone up together?
Let's make someone up together.
Okay. My hope is that it is someone who is sort of monster hunter able, like you guys are, but not as good at it as you are.
Oh, so
maybe a little
sidekick.
brother.
Somebody's
maybe a sidekick
hanger
or a little
on.
brother, or perhaps a sub intern, Miah, for your character.
I mean, I like the idea of this person being some sort of like information or our like resource for us. Like if we're trying to get somewhere, they're the person that we reach out to be like, hey, we're looking for this thing or doing this thing. Help us.
You could
Thoughts?
also
For
be
like-
Sero's owner. I don't know if Sero has an owner yet.
Oh yeah.
Do you
Bree.
have an owner?
Bree's my
Okay.
boss.
Oh, I am?
Yes, Johnny.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Okay.
I'm part of your crew.
Okay.
This is riveting stuff.
Yeah. Why are we
I'm trying
silent?
to
Someone say
think of a
something.
name and a person.
Well, actually, let's take this opportunity first to briefly tell everybody what characters you will all be playing.
Yeah,
So-
that'd be helpful.
Sero, let's start with you. I understand there might be some people who already know your character.
Okay, so what do you want to know? Steve is an imp. He's 3 foot tall. He's red. He has little horns on top of his head. He wears a sweater vest, Harry Potter-like glasses, and he does favors for people, basically, in exchange for things.
What was your character's name? I'm sorry.
Steve.
Got it.
How do they say it though?
Steve. Hi, boss.
Thank you.
We're off and running now.
So yeah, so Bree will have my imp stone, which is not dirty at all, on them at all times. But I'll just hang around. Think of me as your
Alright.
little red hellish genie.
Well, I like to think of you more as like the gopher in this kind of relationship.
Oh, that's fine. I will still get something out of it. Possibly
No,
your
yeah, while you
soul.
get me a coffee would be super great.
Okay, boss. That'll be 2 minutes.
So on that topic, Miah, who will you be playing as today?
I am playing Bree Ames. She is a not really intern, but also is not paid at a documentary production company. She is, but the playbook is the Snoop. I have a camera drone, a pro sound gear, a nice smartphone, a dowsing rod, pendulum, and a stun gun. Yeah, and I'm trying to kind of sort of get famous and get my name on the map. You know, I was told that this job would be great experience and great exposure to the documentary filmmaking industry world. And I'm just really tired.
Okay. And Heather.
Speaking of being tired, Michaela Carpenter is the chosen. She's a tall, brawny woman with a strong jaw and very tired eyes. She was chosen not by the side of good, but by one of these demons running around down here. So she's been put to work trying to eradicate goodness from the world, and she's not thrilled about it, but you know, promised a seat in the 9th circle, so that's something. She the most eye-catching thing about her is the hard shell cello case that she wears as a backpack, which brings her like room entering height to about 8 feet. And yeah, so she's there, got her weapon, she's ready.
All right.
Can I ask what's in the cello case? Is it a cello or is it other things?
And it at times is a cello, but in this
Ooh.
particular instance, since we're here for business, it is her chosen weapon, which is a brass haft with spikes on a chain. So basically a giant brass morning star that
Nice.
her demon gave her so that she could kick Angel Tail.
Love that.
Yes, cello. Good to meet you all. Get out of here, Dixon. What are you doing? Monster.
With that in mind, I think I'm going to immediately revise the backstory that I just told you. And Imodius is not the demon with whom you've been battling lately, but he is in fact your hellish patron.
Fair enough. Seems about right.
Oh boy, now word is acting up.
Oh no.
Ollie, who are you playing?
Hi.
Yes, thank you.
I am playing James 1L. I'm very mad that Neighbours was cancelled, and I've been on absolute rager since then. As my motivation. I'm a bit scarred, a bit street looking. That's a description. Anything else to say? I'm the hard case playbook. Oh, and I carry a big knife, a huge fucking knife, and a pistol. And I have a pickup truck.
Nice.
That we're taking to hell?
Heck
Gotta
yeah.
get here
If we
somehow, I
need it.
guess.
I don't know how loudly to talk. Is this loud enough? Should I just shout the whole time?
Can you check that you have the
listeners,
correct mic going?
You may also have him. You as a listener, I think, can dictate each of our volumes. So someone out there may have turned you down as well. Crocodile Dundee knife or machete? Yes.
Yeah.
Correct answer. Oh boy. Wonder if I can use pages.
This is
one of
why I
the,
print things off in advance, Johnny. So I have the least amount
One
of
of
windows
the-
open.
One of the moves, involves me having from a background, and my background is resistance. Resistance is, of course, activists who bring neighbors back. We have succeeded. It is
Yes.
returning in September, but until then, we are still mad.
I was going to say, it is coming back.
Yes. Not
Just
for another
because
2
it's coming
months.
back. But just because it's coming
One
back
of it.
doesn't mean that we aren't mad.
Yes.
Yeah, you won't forget.
Mad it left in the first place.
13 months without it.
You simply must be kidding.
Neighbours is an Australian soap opera, for those who don't know.
Okay.
I just assumed people would. Does anyone not know that?
I knew that.
I mean,
Anyone
I
in the
assumed it was
audience?
some show,
Oh.
but I don't have cable anymore, and
Ugh.
I have a to-do list
It's
of
an
things that I have to
Australian-
watch and read.
It's an Australian soap opera that for some reason Australians don't care about, but British people love. So it is literally made for the British audience. And it was cancelled because the British TV network dropped it. And so now Amazon's picked it up. So now it's going to be free online via Amazon Freebie, which is going to be a separate thing, apparently.
So now we
Not
can
that I'm a
watch it.
fan or anything.
You totally are. It's better than the British soap operas, though. They're all very depressing.
Yeah, I've seen some of EastEnders, which is the standard British one. It's just so contrasting in tone. Neighbours is light family fun, happy innuendos and stuff. EastEnders is drugs and death and suicide. It's just not a fun time.
And cheating.
Well, that's standard soap everywhere, I think.
Sure.
Cheating, but yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Should we get back to
Yeah,
the
somebody
game
cheats
since
every
we've
couple
already
months.
lost a half an hour to tech issues already? Johnny, please.
Yes.
Hey, James is catching us up on their goal.
So, which is very important, super important, may not accomplish much in that route today. So I think I'll just get right into it. That what's going to happen is at whatever happens to be your headquarters, a familiar purple limousine will sinisterly roll up to come to a stop in front of your building. And I want to just have you all be kind of out there and standing there because you know what this means. And the one of the back doors in the back will swing open, and this plume of dark smoke will just pour out and come to rest around your feet. And inside you will hear, "It is I, Lord Imodius, brother of vengeance and one of the 5 kings of hell. And I have big news." And he comes walking out. And here he is in all of his hellish glory. Purple suit, black vest, purple skin, long, slicked back, white hair, and a pair of 8-inch horns rising up out of his forehead. And he hurriedly and excitedly walks up to each of you and thrusts a little card into each of your hands. And the card says, "You simply must attend the promotion of Lord Imodius, brother of vengeance and one of the 5 kings of hell, as he ascends to ever greater heights." I'm getting promoted.
Yay!
Congratulations, my lord.
Yay,
Oh,
boss!
We knew it would happen.
So jealous.
Does
I
that
do wanna
mean
point
I'm
out-
getting a promotion?
It is kind of like 8-inch heels because he has these 8-inch horns that he is very clear to always remind you he is from heels to horns. He is 5'10".
Heels to horns.
That's how demons are measured. That's how we handle height. Okay.
Boss, does that mean I'm getting a promotion?
Oh my God, I'm not your boss.
What?
He will look at you, Bree, and say, "Can you control him?"
Big boss. Oh, big
Well, you're
boss.
technically our boss, so
Technically, this is big news for all of us. Because this little dance that we do is about to ascend to ever greater heights. You guys, I'm going to get to rule over murderers.
Ooh,
Ever closer to the ultimate goal.
Up. Ixnay on the overthrow A of Aiton say.
I didn't say a word. You're the one talking. I was just saying congratulations. That's
do you
all.
think that I could get like maybe 5 minutes with those said murderers to interview them for? I could do a documentary.
Yes, that is the kind of thing that I would be able to do. We can talk
All
about
I want to
that.
know is who cancelled Neighbours. What devil was responsible for that?
That would count. That would count as a murderer. I can find out who killed your show, James.
I mean, all in.
So-
you're
Sorry.
you go.
Is this promotion happening now? Are we going?
There is to be a function,
A function.
and
A
I
function.
will have a table.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know. I will have a
Dramatic
table.
things. Sorry. No.
So it's going to be a whole day. It's going to be a whole to-do all about me. So we'll arrive at the Damnation Hall, and there'll be a little brunch in the connected Applebee's, and then we'll a bit of free time, and then there will be a whole, not coronation. I don't want to say coronation, but it's going to be like a coronation. And they will present me with the new badges of my office.
Check for explosives. There's lots of explosions that tend to happen around events like this. Just forewarning you.
He's going to walk up to you and put a hand on your shoulder and be like, "This is why I have you around. I need you folks watching my back because this evening may put something of a target on my back."
Of course.
There are 5 kings of hell after all, and they don't all get promoted every day.
It's true. We'll do what we can to keep you safe. That's the mission. Everybody got it?
Hey, boss.
Got it.
Gonna go protect our demon.
All right.
Just
And then he
watch
will
out
say,
every 30 minutes or so because something dramatic happens around then.
are you under the impression that Neighbors is the way that the world works?
You asking me that in character?
No.
Maybe?
So you will enter the limo and it will appear to not have driven anywhere. You'll just kind of climb in and then he'll climb over the seat and open the door on the other side and let you out on the other side of the limo into the screaming pits of hell. There is, of course, choirs of the writhing screams of the damned. The sky, of course, is made of fire and darkness, but you do step out onto basically a paved road.
Is it paved with good intentions?
Yes. It looks remarkably like asphalt. And then, yeah, what greets you is the Damnation Center, which is a pretty normal-looking, boxy building of stone and steel, and it's huge. It's the convention hall of hell. And so he'll walk you in, and you can see walking around are various lesser demons, and of course the staff that's here to serve, which is all souls of the damned, which appear as regular people, but on their wrists they have manacles that are attached to chains that seem to lead down and melt into the floor that follow them everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Can I do something, Jonny?
I would love for you to do something.
Sweet. As we're had gotten out of the limo and we see all of this, I want to send up my drone to get a really cool shot of this. I'm thinking maybe if I get some documentation footage of our demon lord's coronation and promotions, maybe I could get paid somehow, or brownie points. So I just want to get this really sick camera drone footage of just this event, and then swooping down and following behind him.
Oh, so you wanted to get do you want an establishing shot of the place, or do you want to get an action shot of you walking in and?
Oh, it's an establishing shot. I am not on camera. I'm not that kind of documentary.
Yeah, you gotta get the color shot for the transitions.
Yeah, there's a couple of different documentary styles where you could put the filmmaker can be in the shot, but I'm trying to stay out of this documentary filmmaking, so it's more coming from a third person kind of perspective.
Sure, you work for a demon from hell, but you still have journalistic ethics. So I'm gonna have you roll act under pressure.
Oh, don't forget you've got some minuses here. You can
Yeah.
either
You are
take
going
them
to-
one at a time or get them all over with in one go.
I'm gonna do one at a time. We'll let the pain linger. So I'm rolling this at a straight dice roll. Hell yeah! Sorry, Mike.
Oh, hell yes.
That's
Hold on.
11.
Stone Cold. Gain +1 ongoing when you act under pressure due to pain or fear. And the allies also get this. I don't know if this is due to fear.
What was the move? Sorry.
Stone Cold. You are never ruffled by danger. Gain +1 ongoing when you act under pressure due to pain or fear. Your nearby allies also gain this bonus against pain and fear as long as you keep it together.
I think
What do you say, Jonny?
James, have to
I-
be the one to do the rolling
Yes.
and keeping it together.
That is very good to know, but this was not out of pain or fear. So
I mean,
Never
I'm
mind.
afraid of not getting paid and recognized by our boss.
as always, the real monster is capitalism. So 11 anyway, I think. Well, the good news is that the drone will go up into the air and follow you into this place, and will, 1, get some pretty sick footage, and 2, not be immediately destroyed.
Sweet. Awesome.
Bless.
Steve, I am glad that we applied that heat protection to the drone. That was great thinking.
Yep, boss, and it only cost you 2 minutes.
2 minutes of what again?
Nothing.
Probably just
Screen
like
time.
the footage.
Screen time.
Yeah, probably my dream. The dream film is just 2 minutes shorter, which everybody likes a shorter film.
Yep.
Nobody wants to watch 3 hours of
Anything.
yeah.
Yeah, you can make
So
episode
how
out
long
of
is
that.
this? How long is this Twitch stream gonna be?
Well, not 3 hours. It depends how long we can go for, I guess.
All right. Oppenheimer, take notes. Okay. So, yeah. So I want to set the scene on the Damnation Center. I think the perhaps surprising thing about this place is that, like, for a realm where there are towers made of bones, this is, by all appearances, just a convention center. Like, it's got sort of imitation marble tiles. There are a couple of different stalls, almost like a mall, and then the entrance to several convention halls throughout. He'll lead you in and to the left, where there is, attached to the building, an Applebee's, where you are to sit down and have a brunch.
Yeah.
And as you walk in, this is the place where it's much more hustling and bustling. It's the most popular restaurant down here.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
And this is where you can see also seated. What does Applebee's serve as the Brit? Applebee's is very warmed over American food. It's like
microwaved quesadillas.
It's
Yeah.
like
Nice.
with the spoons.
Where are the spoons? Got it. Sorted. Love it.
But a bit cleaner.
Well, yeah.
That may be
Fair.
subjective.
I've seen some really
I don't know if
trashed
this
leather
one is.
spoons, so-
Yeah.
So down here you can see. Oh, okay. Oh, yes. So this is the other thing that I want to set up for you, that the moment you step foot down here, you feel like a lump in your throat, and you can feel just this this rush of like guilt and something pushing reminding you of all of the worst things that you've ever done. And so one of the things that we have here is when people tip, your character has to immediately admit to the group some horrid, regretful sin that you've committed. So, Steve, what's the worst or meanest thing you've ever done?
Well, I don't actually regret anything.
Then what about?
But if you had normal human emotions,
Well,
Ah.
then tell me about a time that you did somebody a favor just out of the kindness of your heart, you little monster.
Well, I have to confess, everyone, I helped a little kitty get out of a tree.
aw.
And Imodius will stop where he's walking and spin around and look at you and be like, and then you cast him into a well, right?
No.
That will cost you 10 minutes.
No.
Oh,
Alright,
Steve,
good
are
for
you
another
making a
30 minutes,
movie
guys.
too?
What was that, James?
We're good for another 30 minutes. That was a dramatic thing that just happened. We're good.
Oh my god. What? I'm sorry. I'm going to need a moment to fold this aspect of your character into my brain.
It's because in real life, Ollie's a scriptwriter.
Obsessed with Neighbors to the point that he believes real life follows its structure. Love it.
I'm looking forward to my confessions.
Oh! There you go, audience.
Okay, and in you will walk to the Applebee's, and you can see here, you can see the other kings of hell who you may actually recognize if not from having seen them before, then at least by reputation. And they're all sat at various points throughout the restaurant, surrounded by their various retainers and retinue and entourage. One thing I do want to point out to you about their entourages is that everyone else's entourage is way bigger than his. Like, they have, like, large, perhaps extended families. They have small armies. They have, like, one of them has, like, little teeny guys that are sitting two to a chair, but there's like 25 of them. And Imodius has you. You are maybe his only friends.
What,
Oh.
like,
Unsurprising.
What, he's one of the 5 kings of hell?
Yes, there are 12 and a half chairs. Thank
So
you.
is he like number 5 of the kings?
So it's more like a council.
Okay.
Where, like, there is obviously the Prince of Darkness, Morningstar himself.
Mhm.
And then these 5 who have sort of divided the various nations, if you will, of hell amongst them. And Imodius is being ascended to take more territory, either because hell is growing or because he is taking it away from one of the other kings.
Does it seem in particular that any of the other kings are giving him the eyeball as we walk in?
Oh yeah. The one who, like, is making at least no show of hiding it. There is a extremely bulky male figure with, like, basically marble white skin and long black hair that's matted to his back, perhaps by the blood that is draining from underneath the mask screwed into his skull. His name is Xifaxon. And he is horrible. He has this big, toothy grin, and he is just staring at Imodius daggers, even though you can't see his eyes because, again, they are covered by this metallic mask. There's also, sort of sitting closer to each other than any of the other groups, there is, unfortunately, the document where I had described them all is missing, but I do remember.
Oh no.
So one is a bald little guy with very pale skin that's almost see-through. There's, like, blue veins all over, and he has fish hooks in his cheeks that are pulling his mouth into a permanent rictus grin. This is Peptus. The table next to him is also a short guy, but his skin is coal black. He has sunglasses and a floor-length trench coat and no hair, and his name is Bizimel. And then across the room, there is Lady Kaopectati, who is, like, wearing a dark, shadowy robe. What? And she has a mask made out of bones.
Delightful. I think Michaela will step forward a little bit and kind of puff up a little and lean in to Lord Imodius and say as quietly as possible, they're all watching. We need to perform.
What do you have in mind?
Well, I mean, they're looking at you. They're gunning for you. They're mad about your promotion, right? You gotta up your game. What do you want us to do here?
Put on a theme.
A show of force? A dance number? What do you think is a good idea?
So, out of character, that is a question for you. I want to know. I love this idea of wanting to come in here and try to make a splash. Who I think he would turn to be like, what do you got? Is James.
Okay.
How would we bring the drama?
Well, clearly we need to create some drama. Steve, I
Yes?
have mentioned how beautiful your eyes are.
Thank you.
That's okay. Do you mind if I... No, I don't want to. I do. I don't know
What?
if we should, though.
What? We said what?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Well, I was going to, you know, but then I wouldn't want to get in between you and your boss. I know you have a bit of a thing going on.
What? We don't have a thing.
James, I
looks
want
Even
you
though
to
the boss and
roll.
the other one slept together the other night.
James, I want you to roll charm. I want you to roll as though you're rolling manipulate someone.
I know
Okay.
what he's doing. It's
Do we
funny.
have any bonuses for this? That's a 2 and a 1. So that's a 3 plus 1, 4. I've got this.
Oh, you also get a -1 if you try to manipulate me.
So
Am
it's
I trying to
either
manipulate
bigger-
you?
I don't
3.
know.
I think I'm trying to manipulate. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who am I manipulating?
The intent was for that to be a sort of charm roll on the room to like
Yeah.
pull off this performance that you're doing.
4.
So
So I am as good a neighbor. I'm as good an actor as an actor in Neighbours.
Ah!
Yes, so you are woodenly overacting this quite convoluted romantic triangle subplot that it is as though these people have been flipping around the channels at 3 a.m. and have come to rest on you and are like, I don't know who any of these people are, but they seem really into it.
James, what do you don't and do want to do? You've gotten my hopes up here. I need to know what happens next.
Exactly. You'll find out next time.
When's next
Tomorrow
time?
at 5:30.
I actually think I have a consequence in mind for this, and James, I need you to roll act under pressure to resist doing it.
Okay. Is this me acting under pressure to pain or fear?
Not yet.
Okay. Is that cool? Act under pressure? I think so.
Yes, it is.
4 and a 5. That's a 9 plus 1. 10.
Okay,
Fine.
you do not immediately grab Steve and plant a big old kiss on him.
whoa.
Aw.
But you do have to
That's-
confess.
Oh boy. So
Well-
now, James, in front of everyone in this Applebee's.
Oh no.
Now's as good a time as any. So, the person who's been working with you up until we came to the underworld was actually my twin brother, who I murdered just last week. None of
What?
you know about this yet. I know, I have a twin brother. We were Siamese at birth. You can see the scar, lifts up shirt. And then actively says lifts up shirt out loud as I do it. But he's gone now, I think. I mean, I didn't see the body, so he might still be alive, but I think he's dead.
Who killed him?
I killed him to replace him on your team.
Right.
So, wait, you're not
Makes sense.
James?
Don't judge me. What?
You're not James?
I am not James 1L. I am Lee 1. There is a reference there that no one will understand.
Da, da, da. I assume
These episodes are getting shorter.
there are scattered among the like souls of the damned that are walking around being waiters and waitresses. There are scattered gasps being like, is not it really whatever his other name was?
Man, the thought of being a server in hell at an Applebee's is just the saddest thing I can imagine. What is this world you've created? What? Terrible.
It's
Terrible.
hell.
I'm so sad.
It's a convention hall. It's a convention hall in a mid-sized
Ugh.
city with an adjoining Applebee's.
Miserable.
I think so. You will then stride through a slightly aghast dining room to be seated at your table, and I think Imodius sort of reaches a hand towards you, who just spoke, and is like, "So, Still probably just going to call you James.
If you insist it was on the poster.
It's just cleaner. Plus, I just decided to barely learn your name anyway. So, Demon King.
Oh, well, I just
It's
changed his
understandable.
name on for the audience, so
We could call you whatever you like, but it's probably going to be James. So, my favorite question as we play these games in the games that I play is, what would everyone order? Now, full disclosure, Applebee's doesn't really have a brunch, which I think is a sin against God and man.
Yeah.
So, whatever you would order for brunch. Lord Imodius, brother of vengeance and one of the 5 kings of hell, is going to order 2 orders of eggs Benedict with lots and lots of hollandaise.
That is actually Heather's go-to order. Not necessarily the double order with extra hollandaise, but I love me some eggs Benedict. I think Michaela will order eggs Benedict as well. But she's gonna see if she can get crab cakes with hers, just because that's the most disappointing thing I can imagine. And because in hell, they're all breading and no crab, so it's just sad panko breadcrumbs on top of an English muffin,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of a pitcher of mimosas.
Obviously. Yeah, you are not
Obviously.
walking out of here sober.
No.
Bree's definite brunch go-to is a glass of orange juice and crepes. But as Heather pointed out, this is hell. So I feel like the crepes are actually pancakes. Just wrapped, rolled up. Maybe with an extra with a side of toast and bacon that is cooked a little bit too much.
Okay. James.
I'm going to get a coffee with some alcohol in it and cheese toasty.
my turn.
Steve, what would you like?
Steve, I want kids chicken tenders, and I'll put them in the kids chicken quesadilla. And of course, this is hell, so it's made from real kids.
Ooh.
And the
Perfect.
milkshake, chocolate.
Exquisite.
May I ask, being that we're technically your bodyguards, my lord, I think that it is important that one of us tastes your food in case it is poisoned.
I'll do it.
I suppose, but don't take too much. There's a reason I ordered 4.
James,
Who wants to taste Lord
I am
Imodius?
recording this on my smartphone and with my sound gear in case there is a thrilling twist to this plot.
I take some food. I forget what they ordered, but I take some.
An eggs Benedict.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
think
then
actually Bree roll manipulate someone because he does not want someone else to take the first bite of this.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
the best one because you puncture the poached egg and you just get it all.
Oh, do I have anything
That's
that
hard.
can help me?
You've also got another -1 there, Miah. So I think that's
Yeah, I
that
know.
2 -1s now.
I currently have 2.
We're back
yeah,
to
I'm
2
hanging
minus
out.
1. We're keeping the
Yeah,
train
we are.
going.
It's a good thing I didn't take a bottle it up when I have Mike here. Let's see.
And if anyone wants to help her try to convince Lord Imodius not to take the first bite of food.
I may help by just doing it.
Steve is not getting between Lord Imodius and his food.
Now we're up to 3.
Okay, so you said manipulate someone? Yeah. Okay. Oh,
And now you can subtract between 1 and 3 points from this.
He gave you a +1.
yeah, so...
Yes, I thought that
So I
everyone
just have a
was on...
-1.
Yes,
Okay,
you have 1 point against.
Thank you.
I forgot
Math,
that people
math.
can be kind in these things.
Yeah. 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Dixon.
So can I at least cut it?
Well, I mean, I thought I would cut it for you, sir.
So he'll slide it across, and you want to take the first bite.
James.
I'm yes. I take a
Yeah.
bite.
Okay.
What is
Only joking. That was a fake out death. I'm fine.
That was so good. Can you do that one more time and I'll just get you from this other angle? Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Great.
Only joking. That
was-
was a fake out death. I'm fine.
That was amazing, James.
Thank you. Thank you.
You should be an
I should be
actor.
hired to live on the street of Erinsborough. That's not the street name. Ramsey Street's the
Ramsey
name of
Street,
Erinsborough,
yeah.
the town. I should go there.
Yeah.
James or Lee, I'm not sure what you're going by at the moment, but I could organise that for you. It will just cost you something.
I will pay anything to. I've tried driving around Melbourne. I just can't find it. So if you can get me there somehow, that would be amazing.
Are you trying
Okay.
to get experience and exposure too?
Sure. Whatever. Just as long as I can get there.
I should introduce you to my boss because, like, I don't know if you remember or know this, but I actually work at a documentary production company. They might be able to put you in touch with somebody. I mean, they're kind of in the documentary world, so if you want to be in the documentary, like, great. But if you want to, I don't know, go to LA,
Yes,
like,
the documentary. That's what it is. They film the lives of these people.
I can literally put you there. It will just cost you your firstborn son.
James.
I'm going to see how this first thing pans out, and then maybe at the end of the proverbial session.
yeah, and I don't really plan on having kids, so I can't really give you my first child.
Nobody plans on
James.
having kids until you just find out one day, and then it just comes as a shock.
Then it's a demon baby.
And then there's a musical sting. Yeah.
Right. Right.
We all know how life works that we
Yeah.
watch.
Sorry, you can. Your food is good, according to James.
Well, that's not true. James, roll plus tough.
Oh,
I'm rolling what? Sorry.
I know I should have done it.
4 and a 6. That's a 10 plus 2, 12.
hey.
There's a bit too much butter in the hollandaise.
It's not the best food, but it'll do.
Well, it's hell. He'll take the plate back. And we'll resume eating.
I think Michaela has completely finished everything she was brought and is just like full bodyguard, like pumping up the biceps, doing that arms crossed thing, and
I'm
giving
loving
everybody the stink eye.
I am loving the vision of Michaela like doing that thing of like you've just gotten your staff lunch or something and you're just like quickly eating it and just like
Yes,
looking around
exactly.
and then being like, okay, watching.
Yep.
And then yes, good call, Brie. The crepes are somewhere between pancakes and tortillas.
Mm-hmm.
James, because you did not specify, the coffee has gin in it.
Oh,
Ooh.
Murder.
Nice.
And yeah, Steve, you would recognize the taste of kid flesh anywhere, and they make really good kid nuggets.
Oh, this is delicious.
Gross.
Just like Mama used to make.
Like, we need to see Steve's mum at some point in a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that could be part of a confession coming up. So, after a bit, Lord Imodius will get sort of a uncomfortable look on his face. And he'll be like, look at you, James, and be like, you said it was fine, right?
Yes.
Okay, then this might just be the butter. And he will stand up and scurry. There's no other way to put it. He will scurry to the bathroom.
No, Lord Imodius is lactose intolerant.
Should one of us follow him?
Did you say that out loud,
Do
Steve?
eggs have lactose in them?
Yeah.
Then for sure Xifaxan and probably Bismel as well will then first start and then start their whole tables laughing.
Michaela will follow.
Okay. Do you want to Michaela, do you want to react in any way to the Applebee's erupting in laughter at your master?
Yes, I think the way that she gets up from the table is she throws her chair back, where you stand up with it and it catches on your leg, so you just knock it backward.
All right.
And she whips the cello case off of her back onto the table on top of everybody's food, pulls it open, grabs the Morning Star, and slams it on the table, and just like death glare to everybody, and then walks off toward the bathroom behind Imodius.
Wow, some people are so dramatic.
Yes.
Honestly, I want to treat this like a protect someone role. Why don't we do that?
Okay. Oh, let's see.
Slam.
Who's gonna be nice to me?
The plates and like bacon goes flying.
All right. So, because I got a +1 from somebody earlier, that will be a 14.
Holy shit.
Hell yeah.
So it starts to die down when you throw down the cello case. When you pull out the haft, the laughter stops. And then you are stomping towards the bathroom. The only sound in this Applebee's is your feet stomping on the tasteless carpet.
Oh man. Amazing.
I totally catch that on my camera. That'd be a sick transition.
I'm gonna have you roll act under pressure, but that doesn't count for anything. Michaela, you walk into the this just popped into my head and it pleases me. The like men's room, ladies' room icons are exactly the same as they are on Earth, except they both have horns.
Yes.
And so you walk into the men's room and you can first hear a panicked occupied.
It's me, my lord. Is everything okay?
You hear the sound of audible, loud shitting.
Yeah. Do you think someone did this to you? or was it just the eggs?
I'll be okay in a second.
I'll be right outside. And steps outside the main door and breathes deeply for a minute.
The comparatively fresh air.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, a minute or two will go by and he will walk out and be like, and act as though nothing happened.
Yeah.
He's like,
cool.
Put back together. His hair is now freshly slicked back, and he's like, I feel better.
Excellent, my lord. Very glad.
We need to leave immediately.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll get the rest of the table. Is there any message you want us to deliver to the rest of the room? Any?
To the rest of the room.
Anything you want to script out for us?
Some kind of a it's been 30 minutes dramatic declaration.
Maybe.
Restroom joke. Restroom plot point. So he's gonna like drop his voice and lean in close to you, Michaela, and kind of go, I need you to tell them that I have very important business to take care of everywhere elsewhere.
Of course.
Because of how important I now am. And so I will need to do that. And then I will need you all to hide me until the ceremony.
Consider it done. And Michaela stomps back in. And so I don't know if you'll let me do this.
Okay.
I took the big entrance. I know technically we've already entered, but I am re-entering the room.
I'll allow it.
Okay. And I'm going to roll first, and this is the -1 that Mr. Ray gave me. But yeah, thank you, Mr. Ray. But I'm gonna roll first to determine the tenor of my little speech, if that's all right.
Sure.
I don't want to give a good one and have it, be a 2 or something.
And I would allow if anybody wants to help out on this. Because you are all a team.
Ooh. This was pretty good, though.
Though by the sound of things, it may be unnecessary. But if anyone would like to potentially get in huge trouble.
I did get an 11.
Okay.
So even with the -1, Ray.
I think you'll find it.
Not now, it's not. Not if he's giving me negative modifiers. Will not address him with respect. So on a 10+, everyone stops to watch and listen until you finish your opening speech. So I think Michaela walks in. She's got the Morning Star over her shoulder, and she's a large woman. Like, she's almost 6 feet tall. She's broad-shouldered, very strong.
So I can get this in my head. How is she dressed?
So she's wearing a black blazer over a cake prolonging the magic t-shirt. Yes, a specific choice.
How charmingly specific.
But she's got dark high-waisted jeans on, black Dark Martens. She's got a short bob that's like laced with gray, and it's that super sharp, like razor cut angle, that some women can just pull off.
Like the girl from Swing Out Sister.
Yes. And dark glasses, and again, very tall, very broad, kind of an intimidating looking woman. So she walks in with this huge weapon over her shoulder, and she sets to the rest of the table. Team, our Lord needs our presence elsewhere. To the rest of you, please understand that Lord Imodius has responsibilities that he takes seriously. And he's not going to let that carry on while he sits here with his champagne brunch. So you all enjoy your pleasantries while we go take care of business. And she turns on her heel and marches out of the Applebee's.
Kaopectity and
I'm gonna do close-up zooms on the people who are watching to get their reaction.
Honestly, Bree, roll read a bad situation.
I do have a move that is what does that feel like? I mean, I guess it doesn't apply to this. I can still roll, but like when I put my camera or microphone in a person's face, they break off whatever they're doing. But do you want me to roll? What was that?
I think that feels like more like you're
Interrupting
pulling
something.
someone aside for an interview, and they'll tell you
Yeah.
something.
What did you want me to roll?
Might that
Oh, you-
only
Read about
apply to
situation.
innocent bystanders?
I don't know. It just
I
says it
don't
might
care.
go back
I'm on a-
to yeah.
I'm-
It doesn't apply here.
I'm on a one-way train to game jail. I'm fucking up this
Yeah.
game. Proudly fucking up this game since 2019.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
And I don't have anything against me. Sweet. That's gonna be a 9 before anything happens. Johnny, narrate what happens next. It's 9.
So, all right, what? So you
Wait,
will
I
see.
lied at the 10.
Why would you lie?
Hey.
Basically, all of you see, and the camera will capture, as Michaela walks out, and all of you walk out after her. Peptus and Bizamel like visibly deflate, and all of their guys, all their little guys, start sort of whispering amongst each other, like, "Should we be? Do we have stuff that we're supposed to be doing? Seriously, why aren't?" And then you can see Kaopectati and Xifaxan share a look that gives you pause. I'll say.
Can I ask
And out you
my 2 questions on read a bad situation?
Sure. And for the listening audience, because I love to break games and I hate rules, I will allow any of you to, with investigate a mystery and read a bad situation, ask any question that you could reasonably figure out the answer to from the available information. I reserve the right to say I can't tell you that, but I don't limit you to the questions in the book.
Massive agree with that philosophy.
What's really going on here?
That's what's going on. I think Peptus and Bizamel seem fully shamed by Michaela's speech. And Xifaxan and Kaopectati are silently talking about something else. I think that's as much information as you could reasonably glean from this.
Okay. And then which one of these other kings, demons, lords are the biggest threat to
Yeah.
Lord Imodius.
Imodius?
Not to us, but Lord Imodius.
For sure, Xifaxan. He's the heavy hitter. I think it was a 10, and you guys, I wouldn't have given this to you if you hadn't made Imodius like part of one of your character sheets, but because you are aware of the warring of the kings of hell in a way other than him being your enemy, which was my original plan. I think the political scuttlebutt in hell was that everyone kind of assumed that the next ascension would be Xifaxan himself. But it has instead gone to Imodius. Thank you, Ollie.
That's what I'm here for.
He can change his plans after revealing them to you, apparently.
Yeah.
That's honestly the best time. Keep everybody on their toes.
You also, to a peek behind the curtain, I had mentioned that there was an ally who was missing. I'm not doing that either, because that was just to be another reason to get you to go along with who was otherwise to be your enemy. So he's your bud, you're down here, end of story. You're walking off
Cool.
to conceal him somewhere.
May I ask you, Johnny, if I could quickly interview Xifaxan on his reaction and feelings about what just occurred?
Oh boy.
Excuse me, Lord of Hell, can I get a reaction? Can I get a statement from you? And I stick my pro sound gear and smartphone with my camera in his face.
Roll manipulate someone.
Okay. Also, by the way, Johnny and listeners, I have a move called Minor Celebrity. So I did roll, and I have 2 holds, which allows me to spend my holds during the mystery to have someone I meet know me in a positive light. Yeah, just just saying for reasons. You said manipulate?
I sure did.
13.
Nice. You didn't take that as advanced by any chance, did you?
No, I don't think you have.
No, we're not there yet. Yeah, advanced moves are.
I mean, you don't have an advanced move.
Yeah, and that's not till I think the next improvement, like to the advanced improvement stuff.
But someone does.
A brief aside, one of my favorite recurring moments from the game that we otherwise play is when one of them will roll an 11 and say that is an advanced move, and I will say congratulations.
I like how you're like one of them, by which you mean Miah.
Lauren's done it. Act under pressure, it's an 11, and that's an advanced move, which has no bearing on current situation, even kind of. So, yes, see?
I don't know, Lauren's perfect.
So you walk up to this guy.
Could I get a statement?
He'll like turn to look at you, surprised. His brow will furrow, which will press some of the skin into that horrid metal mask sticking into his face. And you can smell just like a liquidy copper scent coming off of him. And he leans into your microphone and he goes, "A statement on what?"
Well, on Imodius's new promotion, on what just occurred, on Michaela's speech that just happened there. I mean, you were here. You and your entourage.
I need to know specifically what question do you want him to answer right now?
His reactions and feelings on what just happened in the promotion of Imodius. It's for this documentary that I'm putting together about the Lords and Kingdoms of Hell, featuring, of course, Imodius and his new promotion.
He will like reach his huge hand out and put it over your hand and recorder and bring it closer to his mouth and go,
Yeah.
"I think just because fool Imodius has voided his bowels does not mean he is not still full of shit." And then he'll thrust your hand back at you.
I'm gonna see if I can't work for him instead.
Doesn't mean he's full of shit. Okay, I see that.
I think someone behind you is like, "Weren't you recording? Why are you taking notes?"
Well, because so it's easier actually if I take notes of like words that I want included in the documentary that I can hand over to my editor. Which I mean, it's me, but it's helpful for me to remember good shots.
Yeah, but
like,
this is like 101 shit.
it's what they do in the professional documentary industry. So I've told, but
Are you still standing near me?
yeah, I actually Bree's gonna turn in or reach into her like large fanny pack and pull out a piece of paper and pencil, or excuse me, piece of paper and pen, and be like, I also need you to sign this release form to use your image and your words.
Oh my God.
This is both safety for you and for me.
Will you roll me manipulate someone again?
Yeah.
I love this. So
can.
silly. And,
I am a professional filmmaker.
So the rest of the party, unless any of you have decided to stop and wait, the rest of the party and Imodius will be gone from the Applebee's by now.
Neat.
What did you roll, Bree?
I rolled an 11.
Okay.
Got some hot dice over here.
Love it.
He'll just like wave a hand and one of the other demons will snatch the paper from you and then like they'll like take his hand and sign it for you so that he doesn't have to exert himself to do any writing for himself. And then as you take the consent form back and put it in your bag, you can hear a blood-curdling scream from the bathroom. And then it is like choked out like it's drowning. Everyone turns to look from you to it.
I'm gonna reach for my stone for Steve and I don't know, squeeze it, rub it. Steve?
Steve appears.
Steve,
Hi,
something's happening
boss.
back at the Applebee's.
Hi, boss.
Hey, where did the rest of you go?
This way, quick.
Well, there was a sound that we need to investigate.
The rest of you,
Boss,
Imodius
this way.
Imodius is walking a few paces in front of you and just going, keep going, keep walking, we're walking. And then Steve stops abruptly.
Is everything all right, Steve?
Steve disappears and
I
sits
assumed
in
that
front
I-
of Bree
I
to talk to Bree.
Yeah, I assumed that he got teleported to me because of the
Yep.
stone.
Yep, he did.
in our
Off he goes.
connection.
Hi, boss.
Okay, so I am going to need you to use this gear. Remember what I taught you and showed you? I'm handing you the sound equipment. And remember to point the microphone at their throat. That'll get the best capture of their the noise and their speaking. I
Free
think.
aims, right what you know.
Are you going to manipulate Steve? I mean, I don't think Steve really wants to do that, but I guess he
Okay, I
has
can
to if
manipulate
you've
you.
ordered him to.
I'll manipulate you too. Ooh.
Well,
Can you?
if you want me to do this, boss, I'm gonna need your spleen.
My spleen to capture audio?
Yes.
I mean, Steve, this could
Time's
be
ticking,
the
boss.
moment. This could be the moment in the documentary that is going to pull the audiences in. What was that scream?
Someone has walked into the restroom. One of the spirits of hell.
I need your spleen, boss.
So I rolled manipulate someone on Steve, and that's going to be a 5.
He'll do it if you give him your spleen.
Yeah.
That person that same soul of the damned walks out of the bathroom and steps to lean against the wall and violently vomits.
Oh,
What is going on?
Do you really need your spleen, boss?
Is that the organ that we need to have, or is that the organ that we don't need to have?
The organ that we need to have. The rest.
That's a necessary one. Yeah. It's not an appendix. It's not a kidney. You have one and you need it.
it makes your white blood cells or something.
I kind of think that I need my spleen, Steve.
But don't you need somebody to capture audio?
Fine, boss. Give me your ear. You choose.
You know what?
Well, give me your ear. Steve, you are.
We should go. Let's go. I need these ears so that I could edit and do my job brilliantly.
Brilliantly.
Words.
Have you been drinking,
Forget
boss?
There might have been something in those crepe pancake tortillas.
Might have been some children.
I didn't think about that, but I had dessert crepes.
Should we
You
go,
know what?
boss?
Hey, where'd Steve go?
I don't need sound. Let's just.
I need to
slowly-
know what the rest
I'm
of
gonna
you who are trailing behind Imodius, who has not stopped. So Michaela and James, Steve has disappeared.
Do you think he's been taken?
Steve does that.
Yeah, he zaps. I bet Bree called him back for something.
No, I feel like he's been taken or something dramatic.
I feel like we've had enough drama here in the last
You
beat.
can never have enough drama.
I mean, you're right. When you're right, you're right. But I think we've had a sufficient amount of drama that maybe this particular incident isn't nefarious.
We had sufficient last half hour, but we've gone into a new section now. We need more.
Yeah,
We are in the
Okay.
B part.
In any
Uh,
case, maybe if they've been called back, maybe something dramatic's happening in there. Maybe the entire bar isn't really there. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but there's something dramatic happening.
My lord.
I mean, my first thought was something in the toilets, but that's probably not the case. So, something else.
When you call him out, Imodius will spin around and look and to see only two of you and be like, "Is this a mutiny already?"
No, we just need a moment.
A mutiny. That's what it could be. It could be a mutiny.
It could be. Do you want us to wait and see if it is? Or
Are you asking me or the devil?
I'm talking to the guy who called us here.
Called all of you here, and two of you are gone. This
They're
doesn't make me look great, Michaela.
Maybe they're
Look.
busy filming another scene.
Probably. Bree's really good at that.
Thank you. I don't care if I feel it in.
Your
In-
confidence just
A
grew
warm,
a little
fuzzy
bit.
feeling.
Did I just get
Maybe I
behind?
can get rid of my ear. No, wait, I need it.
No.
Hmm. Just saying. Let's.
Go get them then.
James, do you want to go?
Maybe I
feel like I
don't-
weaken our
can-
position if I go back in. Because I made a real
Okay.
point of like a big exit.
Well, I can't go
So-
back in.
Nobody's asking you to go back in.
Nobody could have, because I'm in charge.
Yes,
I-
you're in charge.
I could. I'll try not make it awkward with given. Never mind. I head back in.
What's so bad for? So one of the like souls of the damned, as you walk back in, James is like, "Oh my god!" So that was such a really incredible like performance that you were giving, and like it was very dramatic. And I just have to ask, was that like real, or was that like were you doing like a play? Was that like from something?
It was inspired by my life. I can't tell what's real and what's fake sometimes. The emotions, because if you think, therefore you are, and thus it is. Do you understand me?
Oh, I think somebody just got murdered.
Oh, were they an imp or somebody holding an imp?
Oh, are you talking about them? And the point over to where Bree and Steve are just standing there arguing. Like Steve, I imagine Steve with like hands on hips, like maybe it's the voice, maybe it's what my deal was as a kid. That like I imagine Steve as the Great Gazoo from the friggin' Flintstones.
Oh,
Yes.
that was a while
Standing
ago
there.
since I've seen that.
Just I'm imagining him standing there, hands on hips, like, "Well, your move."
yeah, basically, he
Bree
doesn't.
trying to explain
Yeah.
this is a necessary organ. It's not a payment that I'm prepared to give.
Now what, boss? Are we going?
You guys can see James seeing you as well.
James, you can help.
Oh, hello there, person. Yes, I will help you.
Bree walks up to you and puts a bunch of audio equipment in your hands. Bree, roll manipulate someone again, please.
You can't
can
see
do
it's below the
that.
camera, but I'm miming holding stuff right now.
All right.
$11.
Okay.
Okay, I just need you to hold this equipment. You just hold this boom mic kind of like a gun at somebody's throat, like towards their throat, and follow me, okay?
Why?
Well, because we have to capture the most thrilling, suspenseful part of this documentary about
All right.
Lord
I will
Imodius.
do it because
Imodius.
you asked and not because I have any other motivation towards you.
I'm glad, I think. Steve, you can go.
Okay, bye! And he'll disappear and reappear with Imodius.
Is everything okay in there? Are we fighting something?
I'm not entirely sure. I think they're recording something.
Okay.
You send Steve back, and then I come out saying, I sent him out. Oh, no, where is he?
Yeah. Okay. Follow me. We have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, okay. Following. Yes.
Okay. I have my recording equipment out.
You walk past the
James
guy
is holding
vomiting.
his. Yeah, I'll capture that. Close up on the vomit on the floor.
Gross.
Ooh, I want to pause though and just ask him camera in face. What happened in there? What did you see?
While he's eating.
What am I holding, by the way?
Microphone.
It's like it's a audio recorder and
Right.
like a boom mic.
Oh, okay. That then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Fine.
Because I need to know for miming because I'm an actor.
Crucial.
Yes.
I know to really break up into the industry, you need to kind of do every little like position so that you like know and you can appreciate those who are like working with you, you know?
Yes, I understand this.
You're
I
doing
have no
great.
secrets.
Oh wait, the other way, turn the boom mic not towards you, towards
Oh.
the other way with the person. Yep.
Yes.
You're good.
There you
Got
go.
it.
Perfect. Great. You're doing awesome. No, what did you see? Mer.
It was being devoured.
Who was being devoured? Being devoured by what?
S- Small and foul smelling, but his mouth grew impossibly large and just consumed Adam.
The person's name was Adam, or the thing consuming was name was Adam?
Didn't ask what the thing's name was.
Well, maybe it screamed it. Some of these demons like scream their names when they come into a room.
Oh my god.
Valid.
The boom mic bonks against this person as you're talking.
Oh, back, James, a little farther back. Yeah, go. No, a little bit closer. James. Just stand like at my shoulder, like that'd be perfect, and then at him. Yeah.
Be hard to mime, I'm not sure.
Mime your shoulder.
You're
am
doing
doing
great.
that.
You're doing great. I'm sorry, and what was your name? Are you Adam?
Yes, my son is also bored. No, I'm Paul.
Okay, is that Paul?
No, there's 3 H's in it. Of course it is.
Okay, so you went into the bathroom because you heard the scream, right?
Yes.
Okay. And when you entered the bathroom, can you set the scene? What did you see?
Well, before I saw anything, there was smell.
Yeah.
Like eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And then there
Like
was
sulfur eggs or like eggs.
no, just like eggs.
Okay, eggs.
Yeah, eggs. And then it was like Adam was being. Can he move the mic back from
Oh,
my face?
yeah, James, a little bit
Oh,
farther back.
sorry.
There you
Okay.
go.
I'm sort of trying to help, and I don't know why I'm not being allowed to go home, but this is Applebee's and hell, so.
Okay, so you said you walked in though and you saw Adam. Is
I
Adam
saw-
another server or your pet? Like who's Adam?
Wow. Yeah, he works here. Words have impact, okay?
Well,
He
I'm
was the
sorry.
soul of- he like pulls up his wrists and clanks his chains and goes, "Yes, he was a soul of the damned."
Well, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the correct information so that I can present it correctly
I saw his
in a
bottom half.
non-biased way.
I saw
Sorry,
his
what?
bottom half because that's all that was left of him.
Okay, so the top half of him was missing. Was that before or after?
It was during.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, James.
Now you've told us a lot about Adam. What about the thing that was eating him? What did it look like? Did it have a smell?
The whole room had the smell. I have to assume it came from that thing. It was like
What does that mean? The whole room had a what?
the moment I opened the door, I was assaulted by it.
Oh, okay.
It haunts me.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I what passes for living down here, I don't think I'll ever forget it.
Well, nothing's living down here, but okay.
Yeah. Nice. You heartbeaters come down here. You
I'm
throw
sorry,
around
I'm
words
sorry.
like we're
I'm sorry.
serving you.
I'm sorry. We are
And we're not alive. Yeah, technically.
We are documentarists.
Yeah. That's clear.
You know what? James, get in his face with this microphone. I want to hear.
What is
I am not having you sign a release form, and you cannot come after us because you have been a very unhelpful interviewee. Come on, James. And I'm gonna lead James into the bathroom.
okay?
Ooh.
The moment you open the door, you are almost physically struck with the smell. It's horrible.
Okay. Do we see anything?
You can see I think you can see a set of empty shackles with chains that lead down into the floor, and a pair of sort of ethereal, ghostly sneakers.
Okay.
Or no, it wouldn't be sneakers. It would be black catering shoes. And then there's what's weird
There's
is I'm not
what?
even- what's weird is I'm not even sorry. It's all
Is this a
Big-
content warning? We need content warning. Look at your safety wall.
big sections of the tile are smeared with poop.
Okay. Lots of bodily liquids. James, have you ever seen anything like this?
Not on Neighbors.
Now that we're alone, I just wanted to tell you, my name was Lee One. After I changed it, before that, my name was Wes Carpenter.
Wes?
I'm actually a fellow carpenter. Not the job, the surname, which is a surname that is among us. And I wanted to share that I am actually your father, brother.
I was gonna say,
Poker spy.
How do you identify yourself as?
Sorry, what was your name again?
Is this in or out of character?
In character.
Oh, well, my name is Bree. We've known each other for a
Your
couple
last
of months.
name? No, we haven't. You knew James. That's not me.
Oh, that
That
is
was my
true.
twin
And then you
brother.
killed him, and then
Yes.
was that
Your last
before or
name?
after you changed your name?
That was after I changed my name. I changed my name to avoid having to raise a child. I was not a good person back then.
Oh my god.
But I
Wow.
am a lot better now. Hold on, I think I've got it mixed up. It's the other one who's a carpenter, isn't it? It's not you. So
Yeah, I'm not a carpenter. I was going to ask you if you're related, since your
Sorry.
first name is Wes.
This
Are
I
you
ruined
related to
this.
Wes Anderson?
this
I
confession.
don't think
might
that's how a relation works. And yet, yes, I am. Wes Anderson's actually my father.
Do you think you could like give him my business card and contact information? I would love to sit down and just speak
I
with him about
could.
his experience.
But only if you don't tell the other one that I am their father.
Do you have a consent form that I would need to sign for that?
No
Because I don't know if
form,
I can
just
do that.
trust. I would trust you to not do it at least until half an hour's time.
Well,
Somewhere
I don't know if I can do
inside the
that.
wall. Somewhere inside the wall, you can both hear like the clicking shuffle of something as though it's moving around in perhaps a vent.
do you hear something? Oh, never mind. No, so like word contracts
I
are
tried.
not legally binding, and I really can't promise you that by just word of mouth. Because what if one of the other demons like captures me and like threatens to end my life, and then I would have to
Well,
tell him that your
It's
last
not like
name
there's
is
anything making
Carpenter.
people confess right now. You're fine. If fine. I won't trust you with that. I'm not going to hand the card to Wes Craven then. That's the deal.
I'm sorry, what?
That was what you just asked me to hand your card to Wes Anderson, different Wes. There are lots of us in this big family.
I understand you keep changing from person to person, so it's hard to keep track. I get it.
You gotta have
It's a real
I'm Wes
family
Carpenter for
movie.
reference.
You're Miss Carpenter? Oh, Wes Carpenter.
Wes
Got
Carpenter,
it.
who's also
Yeah.
the
Sorry, I got confused because
one
you said you were my mom and then you said my dad,
taken
but
over
then
from
I'm
James
not
1L.
either.
Yes.
Hey, Steve, and I'm gonna squeeze and rub on the rock.
Hi, boss.
Steve, are you okay?
Yep. Sero's
See,
still
it
okay.
smells-
Oh my god.
It smells
Fucking
wonderful in
hilarious.
here.
What's up,
Right,
boss?
that's true. So, we've come across something interesting in here. And we also well, we didn't come across it, but we heard something. Do you think you could go investigate it? Well, you know what? Go investigate it. That's a demand that you can, yes, yeah.
Okay, that'll cost 5 minutes.
Okay, I mean, 5 minutes is just like some credits. Less credits in my movie. That's fine.
That
Where
should be
am-
long enough for the two of you to have sex in the bathroom, right?
I'm sorry, what?
You said you were doing something interesting in the bathroom.
Well, we were
timing's not right.
I'll be right back. And he goes and he has a look.
Has a look where?
I would, but I feel like since I thought you were a daughter just a moment ago,
Yeah.
we probably shouldn't go there.
Yeah, and it sounds like there's a lot
Hanging
of
out there.
personalities and people going on here.
At this point, Johnny, Michaela will have decided to try and find a back entrance to this place so she doesn't have to walk through the main restaurant again and figure out what these weirdos are up to.
I'm gonna have you, in order to do that, I'm gonna just have you roll plus sharp.
Okay. Get a +1. That's a 9.
Okay.
Oh wait, but I had another +1. My last +1, so that's a 10. Ha ha!
Dope. So yeah, you will. Imodius will throw his hands up and be like, "Well, fine," and he'll go off to find some hiding place that you kind of won't know about, and then
Sorry, boss.
you go out of the damnation hall through the back entrance, and you find the staff entrance to the Applebee's, and you find yourself in the, I guess probably pretty much the break room. Like this is where they hang up all the uniforms. There's actually a washer dryer in here.
Important for sanitation purposes.
And then like a giant silver cylinder of what you can only imagine is the most horrible coffee you've ever had in your life.
Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't mean to interrupt all of that. I just wanted to get myself back in the building. So
Any of the people who are milling about here are like, we literally don't care.
all right. Great. Which way to the restroom from here?
You're like a customer, whatever. It's not
Yes.
a-
Yes. Thank you. And
I
I'll go.
will for fun also have you roll act under pressure to make it from the break room to the bathroom without being spotted.
Okay. That's +2. Ooh, that's a squeaker. 5 on the dice, 7 total.
Ah.
Ugh.
So you will kind of do your sneaking and try to get through, and then as you start to enter the bathroom, you will notice. I know I keep saying this term, but it's the only way I can think of to describe these characters in my mind. One of the little guys,
Just a little
kind of
guy.
like a Jawa dressed all in black, basically, just a big hood and then little points of light. Kind of sees you, his eyes go wide, and then he like drops down and wolf runs over to Kaopekati.
Shit. And I
And then
slip
you go.
into the. Yeah.
You are now all four in this bathroom.
What are you guys doing in here?
Investigative journalism.
Not
Okay.
confessing secrets.
Nope.
Okay.
Apparently
Okay.
they're having sex!
Good to
Word,
see you,
what?
person who I'm not related to.
All right. What are we investigating? What's
So-
happening that's keeping us in this terrible place?
So
I
you
will
see what
show
they
you.
saw. You see what they saw. The
Yeah.
dark, disgusting smears, the horrible eggy smell, and then the like loose chains and catering shoes.
I will also show you the footage that we captured of Paul in Fast Forward.
Noted.
Mhm.
All right. So a
You
shit
see a guy
monster.
repeatedly getting bonked with a microphone very quickly.
Maybe we can get Imodius to get one of his murderers that he'll be in charge of to murder him.
Sure, I'm sure that would be fine.
Murder Paul?
What about the shit monster that ate someone in here? That seems like a problem that we
Yes,
could solve,
he-
maybe.
He ate Adam.
Yeah, that seems like a problem that we need to resolve, because I don't think Imodius is going to want that running around.
I don't think Eve will care.
Well, he's kind of a control freak.
No,
you
I
know?
meant Adam's wife, Eve.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, at this point, sure, but still.
Yeah.
What am I meant to be looking at?
There was a noise. Right, Johnny?
Yeah,
Yes.
noise in the vent.
Yeah. It went into the vent, and you seem like the smallest person who could get in there.
5
And you
minutes.
have to do what I
doesn't
tell you
seem
to.
like enough now. Okay. I'll have a look. I gotta look in the vent.
So you look in the vent.
Mm.
I
Try and
will also
investigate a
tell you,
mystery or read a bad situation. Whatever. It's the same thing.
Um, I'll have you roll investigate a mystery.
Which is sharp, right? 5
Yes.
on the dice. 7. One question.
Could
One question. I will tell you what you.
It'd
Tell
be
me what
pointless
you
for me
see.
to help
Okay.
out, huh?
I mean, it's never pointless. It could always make your life more difficult.
Yeah. Tell me what I
mean,
see.
I want to send the camera drone in after Steve.
So you're gonna see
Seems like a good
Steve's
call.
spot. Okay.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Roll help out.
Okay.
How can you not change the size of the chat bar?
It changes whenever they reply to something. It changes the size. Sorry.
Okay, that's
It's
it
an
makes
annoyance.
us all stack.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It's fine.
Yeah, I've
So-
already I minimized the or small screen.
I'm going
Um,
full screen because who cares?
I rolled a 10 for help out.
Nice.
Okay, Steve, your roll is now an 8.
Wow.
And there's a little camera drone flying alongside you. I will first tell you what you can see just with your own eyes. That would require no investigative muscle. There is like a track, skid mark, you might say, that runs up the wall into this vent, and then there is like a trail that leads in one of the directions.
So obviously that tells me where it went, right?
Pretty much. So you can ask a question that you could legitimately figure out, any question you like.
I assume I'm familiar with this Applebee's, so if I ask where exactly is it now, I can work that one out.
That makes sense. You could tell. You are familiar with this adjoining Applebee's located in Hell. You've been here before, and you appreciate the bottomless mimosas. I think based on where it's headed, it is going to. If it keeps going in this vent, that vent leads back into the Damnation Hall building itself, and would actually first. I think one of the first places that it would let out would be in Convention Room C, which I think I'm trying to decide if it's funny or if it is or it isn't. No, it is. That is the place where Imodius' coronation is to take place.
Oh. The boss probably wouldn't like it if the shit monster ruined his coronation. 'Cause that's where it's going. To the conference room C.
Well,
back up. You
guess
want me
I
to
know where
back
we're
up or follow
going.
it? I mean, you there. Yep.
And Bree, do you want to send the drone? So Steve, you want to just follow this trail, and Bree, you want to send the
Yeah,
drone?
yeah, I'll follow
Yeah.
it and I'll get them there. I'll be flanking. They can be fronting.
Yeah.
Flanking may take on a different meaning in a session like this. So, Steve, I'm going to have you roll Act Under Pressure.
Which is cool.
And I think Bria would allow you to help out.
Oh, I rolled an 11. So it's an 11.
Yeah.
Steve is cool as fuck.
Fucking cool.
That's 8 for help out.
Okay, so it's a 12. But there's bad news.
Or there's not.
Oh, there is. So, Steve, you go scurrying down this vent.
Mhm.
There's a little drone coming after you.
Mhm.
Bree, you are maybe controlling it, and you can see through its eyes, Steve, and then you catch some movement up ahead. There's a bit of light because you can see where this vent is going to exit into some room where there is illumination, and then you can see something cover up a part of that light, and it looks to be probably about the size of Steve, like a little hunched figure, maybe 2.5 feet tall.
Ah, that's
And-
shorter than me. Yeah.
It, it matters. This is how demons measure height.
Yep.
It kind of lunges. It kind of like stops. It's moving away from Steve, spins around and lunges towards him, and you thrust the drone into it, knocking it away from otherwise having hit Steve. But then the last thing you see is just it fully overtake the camera, and you cannot control the drone anymore. Steve, the drone has smashed into a thing in front of you. Sorry, something has happened. A community challenge has been completed.
That means
a thing that we should talk
Sean
about?
will have to run a game at some point.
Nice.
Gotcha, Sean.
So it's coming at me, bro?
So it's coming at you, bro. And the light is dim in here, so it looks like I said, it's about like from sort of head to tail, it's about 2.5 feet, but it kind of has the shape and dimensions of like a pit bull. And it's like shaking this drone out of its head, trying to sort of right itself. What do you do?
Is it a doggy?
Not no.
Not no.
Oh no.
And then you could hear it just go like, and it clacks the drone to the surface of this duct.
It's smaller than me. I outrank you. Sit.
You want to tell it to sit? Well, it hears you say sit, and plops a little something out of its bottom.
So it understands me.
But then it growls at you, but like a
Sit.
gurgly, wet growl.
Can I don't want to attack it yet until I know that it is actually wanting to attack me.
I will tell you, Steve, that to you this thing smells marvelous.
Huh. Who's
Like
a good
tomorrow's
boy?
What do you want to do? What's like the move you want to? What's your action?
I don't know what the move is, but I want to try and enter into a demonic pact with it. I will give it
So
something
because-
if it gives me something.
You offering?
My mother!
It will say, which you know to mean, I only want to eat.
She cooks.
Again, my mouth.
I only want to eat now. And then he like nips at you.
Burn, baby, burn! I'm gonna use fire.
All right.
I hope I'm gonna use fire. No, I probably won't,
step.
because that is only a 5 in total.
Oh.
I've lost all control of the fire and hell hath no fury.
Oh boy.
All of you back in the bathroom. The vent that you saw Steve go down erupts in fire, like spews out towards all of you, and like you kind of cower, and it makes the temperature in here rise
Nice.
horribly.
Oh, I
There will be
didn't
an
have
explosion.
insurance.
They just avoid events like this.
Guess I'm not getting that drone back.
Steve, this thing runs away from you and leaps through the vent and somehow makes it to the other side of the vent without the vent popping off. Let you figure out how that works by yourself. And you are just standing there like a cartoony, sooty mess.
Ah, sit! I'm saying cat shit.
Yeah.
Cat shit.
Hmm.
An extremely brief aside, I hope. I read somewhere that the funny thing about ChatGPT in its coverage on French media is that they have to say it the way they say it, which is chat GPT, which is also the way that you would say cat, I farted. Chat
Yep.
GPT. And everyone's just like, we're worried about what cat I farted is going to do to the labor market. Anyway, that just tickles me.
It's pretty good.
So, are the rest of us going to the conference room?
I mean, Michaela would have started running.
Yeah, you would
Yeah.
all know that that's where it's going when the drone went in.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a sick shot of Michaela's feet running on the ground.
I just want to remind Miah that you've got 3 rerolls.
What does that mean?
That means you can reroll the dice if you don't like what you get.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Who gave me that? Was that Dixon?
that was Dixon right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
As a way
Sure,
to
not
push
Mike.
back on your Twitch nemesis, Fury Sama.
Yes. My arch nemesis.
All right, so off you go. I want when you're going to some place where something bad is happening, I tend to like to have somebody roll act under pressure and somebody else roll help out to see how well you can get there.
James, you roll help out. I'm too busy filming. I can't help.
I can do that.
I can do act under pressure then.
I think you'll find it's Wes.
Oh yes, excuse me. Well, no, it's James because I mean technically I'm not in a conference.
I
you
am
know.
so confused. I
James,
tuned
what?
out during half of it, and 11 for act under pressure.
Okay.
That's cool, isn't it? That's 6 plus 1, 7 to help out.
Okay. I think what that will mean is that you run through the dining room of the Applebee's, and as you run out, you're catching a bunch of attention, and several of the souls of the damned, and quite a few of the minions, and I think actually Kaopectity herself will she won't scurry like her minions are, like following after you at full speed, but she will stand up, excuse herself, and make to leave the restaurant as you do. But you will otherwise run uninterrupted to conference room C, and you will burst in to see an attack underway. There is you open the door, and running towards you are 3 of these ethereal type people with the shackles that link to the ground, rushing towards you, pushing past you to get out, because at the far end, on the sort of stairs up to the stage, there is what looks to be a dark brown hellhound pit bull just mauling one of these other soul people.
Michaela smiles for perhaps the first time on the whole of this adventure, readies her morning star, and runs up to it.
Okay. To, I presume, attack?
Oh, yeah.
All right, roll kick some ass, please.
All right. This is what she's good at.
Cue the battle theme from Gundam Wing.
10.
All right, pick your
Straight
advantage.
10. Move it where I want it, I think.
Okay.
And I want it off of this poor unfortunate soul.
Oh, unfortunate soul.
Exactly.
Well done. So, okay, yeah, you whirl your morning star around and smack it into this thing. And I think the trading of blows is just going to be like you hitting it and hitting it and hitting it as it snaps and scratches at you as well, which I think will mean that you will take 2 harm less any armor you have.
Okay. So that's just 1. and I do 3 harm with my Morning Star.
Okay. I think between all of the hits, I think you can tell that what's happening is you are like removing parts of it, taking chunks out of its shoulder and middle and head that are very swiftly regrowing. But the vibe I want to give you is that, like, no, I'm not going to tell you anymore. I don't have to tell
Okay.
you anything.
Fine. I didn't want to know anymore.
Yeah, you are taking chunks out of this thing and it is quickly regrowing.
Okay. I will yell back to the others. Bree in particular, somebody see if they can figure out what might hurt this thing. It's regenerating.
What are the rest of you doing? James, Bree, Steve?
Steve can
I'm gonna
dramatically
run
kick
forward.
the vent, the grate on the vent out, and he will poke his head out. He looks blackened.
Yeah, I
Hey,
think
boss!
the vent will pop out and then this like little plume of smoke and a little smoky imp pokes his
The
head out.
little cough noise as it comes out.
And then, yeah, you see this like pretty epic battle going on between Michaela Carpenter and a poop hound. James, you were going, did I hear run?
I changed my mind. I'm going to drink my fire water. As a hard case, I have things. I have fire that gives me stuff, and I have fire water as a chosen gear, which gives me more of that stuff that I can spend on things.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I drink my drugs, and I go into a rage.
Does this look like anything? What does your rage look like to onlookers?
I think that's a good question.
Tasmanian devil.
What do you think it should look like? What's an interesting way of doing that? I just imagine some veins popping, and he gets out a very Australian hat and puts it on his head.
I imagine that you have stepped into a different kind of television show.
Yes.
And you move. The vibe of you moves from
EastEnders, from Neighbours to EastEnders.
Yes. Yes.
to like, yeah, and like
Okay.
to the extent that Bree is still filming, you are being shot as though you are preparing to commit violence. Like,
Okay.
you stomp your foot and you clench your fist and you like
That's good. That's really good.
shout. And I don't think anything properly supernatural maybe happens with your eyes, but it does like sort of go close up on them and they squint and then you run. It's like
The anime eyes.
yeah, grounded live action anime, and then yeah, you put on the hat, and that means it's time for action.
A
Hydrate.
Peaky Blinders hat, though, if I'm going EastEnders.
Ooh,
Whatever you call
yeah.
those kind of hats. Yeah.
All right, so you run in. Are you gonna kick some ass as well?
Yeah.
Join me in the ass kicking.
Kick some shit.
Doing Australian for too long
Join
now,
in
can't.
the poop kicking.
You'll stab them with my huge fucking knife, which is the name of it. Which I will, yes, I will do that.
Roll HFK.
A 1 and a 4. That's a 5 plus 2 takes it to a 7.
Okay, that's not the worst.
Mhm.
So you will dive in and stab this thing with your big knife, and then as you like slash through and pull it out, a bunch of its, I guess, innards will pour out. And I think of note, it will only partially regenerate that part. So it does seem as though like this hound has lost a good deal of weight. Unfortunately, it will take its foul-smelling mouth and dig its fangs into your shoulder.
Ugh.
That will be 2 harm, less any armor you have.
I have none.
So you take 2 harm.
Nice. And a point of fire.
And I think you are like deeply in melee with this thing. You are entangled and like
Full combat.
struggling to
2D.
pin each other. Bree, what are you up to?
I want to investigate a mystery.
Okay, roll it.
Um, fuck. How many can I? I have 3 rerolls. So is that of a singular dice or a set of dice?
Roll, I would say. You can do the
Nice.
whole roll again.
Okay, I'm doing the whole roll again. I'm
Do it, do it, do it.
Do I use different dice?
Because
No,
that's how
maybe this
dice works.
It is how
does.
dice work.
Yeah, gosh, Johnny.
On our podcast,
Fuck.
we're very nice to our dice because we know they're listening.
That's right.
Yes.
Sorry, I
but I
wasn't
used my
listening.
last
Was that a
one.
reroll?
That
Yeah,
was a
those are
reroll.
2 rerolls, and I'm using my last one.
Oh my goodness.
I have a
Woo!
Fuck.
Oh
Okay.
no!
That's gonna be a 7. Yeah.
Okay, you can ask one question.
Yeah, I can. So Johnny, I have a move that's called "We'll Fix It in Post," and when I investigate a mystery, I can check previous interviews, attack sites, and so on. I want to be able to look back at maybe an old cryptid or some sort of like person, some interview I did with them that I was just like, this is like whatever interview, and maybe they're talking about poopy hellhounds. I don't know, but I essentially want to find what can hurt it.
So,
Maybe I was able to interview the guy from Ancient Aliens? It's just like aliens.
Oh boy.
He's now moved from aliens to demons of hell.
so you're the Snoop, you said? I need to look this move up.
Yeah.
Oh, nope, I can't because it's one of those
So it's
brand.
you can use anything you could conceivably have recorded as evidence for investigative mystery, allowing you to check previous interviews, attack sites, and so on from the comfort of your laptop.
Yeah, well, I mean, that will take some time.
That's fine.
I'll say that. Like, that's going to cost you 5 minutes.
That's fine. I'm just gonna set up on one of the high top
borrow a
tables my
place.
laptop and scrolling
5
through all my
minutes.
footage.
Kind of need some help here, Bree. I'm doing something.
I'm working on it.
Okay. One thing I do want to point out to the other 3 of you is that as it has bitten into James, it's regrown a bit more of itself.
Ooh.
Love it.
Has it stolen some of James's poop?
Ew.
It has consumed a bit.
Feeling a bit lighter in
Um,
the bowels there. Where's James Lee?
If you had hazel eyes, they are now green.
Jeez.
Esoteric hazel-eyed joke.
Oh.
People telling me I'm only half full of shit.
Can I use Steve's move called Steve Says Freeze in Place?
Tell me how that works. Does
Well,
it happen exactly how I assume it does?
It's probably. I can momentarily freeze time around you. If I roll a 10, people I choose to can still move. If I roll a 7 to 9, only I can move. And if I roll a miss, I'm the only one frozen.
Please roll that then. That sounds delightful. And helpful.
Okay, I rolled snake eyes, but I'm going to spend a luck
Ooh.
Hey!
to freeze just the poop hound, I guess, so everyone else can. Actually, no, I will freeze everyone except for myself and my boss, giving her 5 minutes.
Delightful.
Does oh, I love that. Does Steve have a luck special?
Yes, it advances the plans of my real boss.
Ooh.
Mm.
Do I get to decide your real boss, or
Yeah,
have you?
sure.
Okay.
Oh, that boss. Fuck. It's not me, huh? Okay.
No, my real boss, my boss.
Who's your boss?
That's whoever the keeper decides it is.
For
The
our
Phoenix
purposes
guy.
this evening, it's Lord Imodius.
Okay.
So, yeah, Steve mutters. I would love very much for Steve to mutter some magic words to make this happen. And then Michaela, James, the Hound, the poor unfortunate soul of the damned, bleeding, so to speak, out on the stage. Everyone trying to rush out. Everyone trying to rush in to get an eyeful of what's happening in here. All stop moving. And all the noises that had been distracting you annoyingly, Bree, suddenly drop out, and you're like, I think you're sort of hitting a flow state where you don't even question it, and you're like, thank you. And you start looking through things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the thing that I can tell you that you could legitimately have found is, it's not about this monster specifically, because I don't think you've seen this monster specifically, but there are charms or spells or methods to essentially create minion monsters from the viscera of whoever you choose. And then it's the caster who decides the behavior of those minion monsters, not the person from whom they are taken. And I think the thing that I can tell you is the thing is vulnerable to whatever the material they're made of is vulnerable.
We do need to cast TP.
Yep.
We can set shit on light, can't we?
River of Asgard, I do not care for your phrasing. I don't like to hear minions tenderly and specifically depicted in poetics.
Okay, so I essentially need to find toilet paper.
Not
Toilet
You need
duck,
to find-
toilet cleaner.
Imodius.
you need to find something that would take care of digestive distress.
Okay. All right.
Sero did tell me not to make this serious.
Yes. Could
The
Perfect.
whole thing's a poop joke.
if there I wanna find
Layered poop joke.
I wanna find like a first aid station or first aid kit.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you roll. How do I want to do this? I want you to roll investigate a mystery.
Okay. That's gonna be a 13.
Woo!
Oh, BK.
Double sixes, bitch.
So you will like stand up and sprint out of this room, and I see this cinematic moment happening so clearly in my head that the moment you get to the other side of this big group of people, they begin moving again. So you are running in opposite directions, them into the room to get a sight of what's happening, you back into the halls to look for a security stand, a first aid kit, whatever you might find.
Mm-hmm.
You will find that in time. The rest of you who are now moving, this thing has begun roaring again in your face, James. And Michaela and Steve are also in the room, but are about to get, I think, a little bit crowded in here because dozens of demonic retainers and Kaopeptidae, and I think after a moment, Peptus and Bizamel will enter as well. The only one missing so far is Xifaxan.
All right. So we've established there are high tops. Do they have tablecloths on them?
Yes, they absolutely do.
Great. I would like to grab one and try and scoop up this little turd burglar.
Ooh, I love this. Okay. That's. I think that's gonna have to be kick some ass.
Okay. Can do.
He said, just realizing that your tough is off the charts.
Oh, okay. 11.
Okay.
So,
Take your
I will,
advantage.
I guess, move it where I want it
I
again.
think that makes sense.
And I jump off, and I imagine in my head it's those that have like the elastic on the bottom. So it's a real, like, it's a challenge to get it scooped up exactly right.
Mhm.
But
Like
her
the-
dexterous musician's fingers just slam right down on it.
I think
and-
what pleases me is that like they're those high tops and they have the linens on them, and then they're like cinched at the bottom with a chunky
Exactly.
ribbon. So you pull that off, and then you have that you can use. And so
Delightful.
you will take another 2 harm,
Okay.
and this thing will bulk up a bit more as it bites into you and scratches you.
I think I once I get it in the tablecloth, just for good measure, for color, I do it like a Santa pack and just smack it on the ground at least once, and then scoop it back up and hold it.
Love
Hell
it.
yeah.
It's a big splat sound
Mhm.
that you can
Yeah.
hear.
You're
And
welcome,
feel and
everyone,
see
for
and
that
smell.
mental.
And then, yeah, between you and James, you can then get it tied
Yeah.
up. I don't think this will hold for long, but it will hold for a moment. To cut to Bree, who, you know what I want? You are going to find a guard station, basically. There's like a couple of Souls of the Damned, chains linking them to the floor, dressed like rent-a-cops. And they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Where are you in a hurry, miss?
Oh, I'm looking
We're running in the
for.
hole.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, but I'm looking for like a first aid kit, maybe something to help with like upset stomach or diarrhea.
You got diarrhea?
No, not me. There's a monster that does.
Roll manipulate someone. There's a monster that has diarrhea.
I can do
Took me a
that.
second.
And they all monsters in hell.
And keep in mind, you do, I think, have a +1 just now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
From
Look at
River of
that.
Asgard.
Because River of Asgard wants to upset me in more than one way tonight.
So that's gonna put my dice roll to 9, which I then also want to use one of my holds for a minor celebrity to make it a 10. Suck it,
Golf
Johnny.
claps. Golf claps.
I think someone behind this guard will be like, do you not know who you're talking to? How would they know you? Are you like a streamer?
No. I had a minor film that traveled around the Midwest film festivals.
Okay. What's it called?
Audience, help out.
Yeah,
I have a suggestion.
Oh, let me hear your suggestion because it's too close to home.
My suggestion is that your film was called Neighbors.
Beautiful.
And it's like a look at a small
At the
neighborhood.
impact of
the
Mr.
connection-
Rogers' neighborhood
the
on the
connections and
small
the-
community.
There we go.
Yes, I think that it's called Neighbors. I think instead want it to be about the Midwestern neighbor, like specifically like I'm kind of basing it off of like the Minnesota neighbor that is nosy but helpful and the friendly neighborhood ship that comes with being in a Midwestern neighborhood.
Okay. I think this person could be like, don't you know who you're talking to? This is the director of Neighbors. The other guy goes, I thought they canceled that. No, not the show. The groundbreaking documentary. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Here.
all the shots were filmed through windows.
See, nobody's done that before. Nobody's
Thank
done
you.
that.
Oh.
I can't believe you were like you saw my work.
Oh, please. When I was alive, I was a huge fan.
Where did you see it? Which festival?
Yeah.
The Cinezone.
Oh yeah, that was one of my smaller film festivals that it went to. Yeah.
We don't get a lot of entertainment out in Elko. Not to diminish your contribution, Miss Ames. Here. For all your digestive distress needs.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I will hand him my business card and then run back to the conference room.
And then he's going to hold it in both his hands. And after you leave and the sound of your footfalls fades away, he will go, why didn't I ask her to sign it? Back to you, because I did hear a very interesting idea. I want to know Wes Carpenter.
That is my current name.
Do you have anything you would like to say to Michaela Carpenter in this moment of relative peace?
As we stand there, struggling with the squirming shitbag.
It has been about 30 minutes since something dramatic happened.
I just wanted you to know, love, that I am, in fact, your father.
What?
In it.
Isn't it?
In it. Yes, I'm in rage mode right now. Call me John Craven. But I am, in fact, your father, more importantly.
I mean, I
Would you like a bottle of water that I've got in my pocket?
I could always hydrate.
Oh my god.
You seem rather calm under this new news that I've just given you.
Well, I try to maintain a certain level of zen. I find that these sort of circumstances often reveal themselves in heightened times.
I find the same thing, yeah.
So I guess it wasn't unexpected, is what I'm saying. I've always felt a kinship with you.
Maybe when we get back, we can pop down pub.
Sure, why not?
Nice, have a pint.
Indeed.
Neighbors, if it's he sounds a drum beat.
As you are sharing this tender moment, a dark brown claw will thrust its way out of
Ew.
this tablecloth and start scratching about, sort of aimlessly, and trying to pull this whole bundle away from you. Michaela, I think I need you to roll act under pressure.
Okay. That one's a +2.
Thank you.
Oh.
I gave you a +1 earlier in the chat. By the way.
Did you?
So-
Well, then that would make this a 13.
Oh,
Hell
You
yeah.
Y'all, what is going on tonight? I want these blessings on our podcast is what I want.
Why
The
can't
same dice.
why can't this extensive good fortune happen somewhere that it matters?
Yes.
I think what that's going to mean, I'm going to narrate for you what you do, which is that you will pull up the closed end of this bag and stomp down on the wrist of this claw. And at that
Yes.
moment, the doors will burst back open, and Bree, holding a trio of boxes, will stomp into the room.
Finally, did you figure it
What
out?
do?
I've got the answer. I've got the antidote. Here. I'm gonna chuck it at Michaela.
and then film it in slow motion.
Yes.
Yes.
Arcing.
I will.
Um,
I'll set up my phone on one of the tables so that, and then hit record, and then try to get in frame, and then I'll chuck it.
Amazing.
1 second.
I think you might have to roll for that one.
Oh yeah,
You
I
definitely
know.
have to roll for it.
I'm aware.
And you've got a -1 from Wolfsbane.
Yeah. Lauren gave me a +1.
Mm.
I realized I should have had a -1 earlier for my tough roll, so it should have been a 6. Whoopsies.
Oh wait. No, it's a subtract one.
Yeah, it's a subtract
Damn it,
one.
Lauren. I read it wrong.
Yeah, you gotta read carefully, man.
I take that back. I'm mad. So what did you want me to roll, Johnny? Act under pressure, I'm guessing?
Act under pressure.
Okay. Joke's on her, I could use a luck point. And I am using a luck point.
Oh,
'Cause that's
boy.
a 3.
Can you tell me what is the luck special for the Snoop?
Yeah. I'm gonna have some technical difficulties, breakdowns, communication problems, weird noises in the recording, etc.
Oh no.
The phone falls over.
Yeah.
So I think this works for that to happen, which is that a brief flash forward when you are reviewing the footage of this adventure, this part of you nailing this throw and 2 boxes and a bottle soaring across this crowded room over the heads of demon kings and their loyal retainers, each of them looking up with wonder at both the majestic arc of your throw and you, the athlete who's thrown it. None of that is captured on camera.
Ah,
Love that.
Brutal.
So, Michaela and Wes, John, James, between the two of you, you catch a generically labeled bottle of bismuth subsalicylate, a box of attapulgite, and a box of loperamide. And
We start
Based on
tearing
what-
them open and emptying the powders.
the funny news is that Bree, having arrived at learning what she was supposed to do, happened while time was stopped. So from your perspective, you just were fighting this thing, you caught it, and then she threw you a bunch of diarrhea medicine.
Yeah.
You may not fully grok what's going on, but for our purposes, I do think it makes sense that it's like, oh, we probably have to give this thing to this thing.
I mean, I think that that's a reasonable expectation for her to be projecting things toward us in the middle of a fight. I don't know why.
Throwing in props. I have to give them props every once in a while,
Yes.
verbally and physically.
So, what are you doing?
I think Kayla rips the packet open with her teeth with one hand and just empties it out like a salt shaker on the slowly opening hole of the tear in the tablecloth.
Okay.
And then she's gonna wallop it for good measure.
Okay. With that in addition, I think I can call this kick some ass. And James, you can help if you like. We'll put you in range of the hit.
Oh, there's some bad luck.
Oh no.
No, it's still okay. That's a
Would you like me to
7.
help? Oh, okay, too much.
So we inflict harm, exchange harm.
I'm trying to find an emoji to properly react to the chat, and I can't do it.
Yes.
Thank you. That's much better.
Yeah,
Oh my
I just saw
God.
it. Yeah.
Yes. So the hole is not opening slowly so much anymore. It's being sort of, honestly, the vibe that I see in my mind is it's like the thing inside is the blades of a blender, just like slashing,
Yeah,
getting its way out. And basically all of these gnashing claws. And actually, as you begin to see it now, it no longer properly resembles a pit bull and now looks more like in shape and size, it's kind of gorilla-like, but its dark brown claws are each probably like as long as the horns of Lord Imodius. They're huge and sharp and dangerous. And a couple of them will catch you on your arms, staining your cake t-shirt.
Ugh. The tragedy.
And you will take 3 harm.
Ooh. 3 ignore armor?
No, less any armor you have, but it has gotten stronger.
Okay. I'm unstable.
No.
So you are dumping this stuff in, blood is flying, parts of this thing are flying. Dump in the bismuth, break open some of the pills and shove it in, and then I think the rest of you might see Michaela slump over the hole, perhaps unconscious, or at least unable to maintain standing position. And this thing underneath her will continue to writhe and thrash about. What are the rest of you doing?
So to be clear, did the medicine help or?
I'm telling you what you see.
Okay.
I'm going to let the father of the chosen go first.
Is it a bad idea to jump into the hole with a knife?
I can't answer that.
I mean, your knife is the thing that has heard it of everything,
Yeah.
right?
Let's find out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to jump into the hole with a knife.
All right, roll kick some ass, please.
That's
An
8, 9.
orangutan.
That would be a 10, but it's -1, therefore 9. Thanks, Sero.
Okay. You all see James dive into the bag. And then it's like a cartoon fight where they go into a big like smoke cloud and there's limbs and weapons and things coming out. It's like that inside of this bag. You can see like shapes coming and the white is just gradually being stained this horrid brown. And it gets slower and slower and less action. And James, you are slashing into this thing and it is slashing into you. I think that will be another. We're back down to 2 harm.
Okay.
And then the rest of you see. Wait, go ahead. What?
I was just realizing I need to keep track of this, so I've taken 4. Cool. Nice. Carry on.
Yes.
I'm good.
You've also got if you're rolling again, Ollie, you've got a +1.
I'm not.
But just for future reference,
Currently.
there's a +1.
Okay. I think the rest of you will see a dark, dripping James come out of the tablecloth as though being birthed from an egg.
Holding a knife.
I'm definitely recording this.
Holding a knife.
Don't mess with someone from the East End.
And what he's walked out of, you can see, is now fully deflated. James, do you have something to say?
Straight into camera.
I don't have a cool line right now.
You know what? We'll get it in post. I'll
fix
just
it in
dub it
post.
over it.
ADR.
And then I think you will hear the doors to this conference room swing open one more time, and everyone turns to see Lord Imodius, now wearing a bejeweled cloak and a huge crown that like links in meaningfully with his horns and like extends them up even higher.
Of course.
And he will say in his affected demon lord voice, "Shall we get on with it?" And hysterically, I think the event will largely commence even as Souls of the Damned are frantically running around, patching up the one from the stage, cleaning up the shit from the carpet, putting things back where they are supposed to be, replacing the linens in almost every case, I think.
Yeah, good call.
As from behind as the event continues, Morningstar himself, the one true king of hell, bestows upon Lord Imodius his expanded powers, responsibilities, and honors. And each of you has been there to prevent this whole thing from going to shit. Executive producer Jonny Grubb.
Mercy.
Thank you all so much for coming with me on this stupid adventure. Thank you, Sero, for inviting me to host this episode of your Twitchiversary. I hope I've made some of you laugh. I hope I've made some of you very, very mad.
I'm not mad. I enjoyed it immensely. Thank you, Jonny.
So if it,
Yeah.
You all caught it immediately, which I'm very pleased about. That yes, Imodius was Imodium, Kaopectate was Kaopectate. Xifaxan is actually an IBS drug. I figured
I didn't get that one.
Yeah,
so
that's the brand name for a drug for IBS, which I wanted him to seem to be punching above his weight class, the harder stuff. And then Peptos and Vizamel were Pepto-Bismol.
Right.
I like how you think that all of us got that right away when I got it like 30 minutes ago.
I still didn't. I know what Imodium is, but I thought you'd name them Imodius as in Asmodeus, or Asmodeus, as some people call them. So
Levels.
it was a coincidence.
Layers. It's a layered joke.
This is what it's like playing with Jonny.
Yeah,
so good.
When Pepto-Bismol came out, I was like, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So great.
And then, I had the other joke that I did not get to. The other punchline I had in mind was that what had happened was an unholy shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Didn't want that to live only in my brain. Now it has to live in yours.
Nope. I
Love it.
immediately eject it. I don't even know what you just said.
You eject it into the toilet and flush it.
But yeah, and I also, as I mentioned, I had a character in there that was supposed to, because in my mind, Imodius was your enemy, but you were going to find out that he was such a dork of a king of hell that he doesn't have any friends, so he has to invite his nemesis to his party
Oh.
because there's no one else he can invite.
And, that's
And I was
why
gonna have
he
him think
was-
of you guys like coworkers, where it's like, yeah, I attack, you defend. It's like, you know,
right.
this dance we do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was gonna have a person down here who would have been like, that's why you want to go because you want to save him. Anyway,
No, I see
peek
it.
behind the curtain.
I
Thank
love
you
it.
for coming with me. I hope you all had fun.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Sarah,
Alright.
thank you for having me.
Oh, no worries. I want to thank all of you guys. I want to thank Jonny and Miah from the Monsters Playbook. Information hopefully pops up there. And I also want to thank Heather from Nameless Monsters. And I guess I will thank Ollie for turning up here. And he comes from my podcast as well, which I need to
Thank you for exposing us to neighbors.
exposing
You're
you.
welcome. I hope you all completely understand neighbors. It's exactly like
Yes.
what I was doing.
Exactly
Well,
like.
That plus, I want to say, I think I just figured out that all of the names have been swapped directors. Like, I think,
Slash writers, yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
I heard James. I had you in my notes as James with one L.
Yes, James 1L, because
James 1L.
there's James 1 and Lee 1L, two. They
Yes.
were a director duo.
Lee 1 and James 1L. And
Yes.
Wes Craven and John Carpenter.
Yes.
But I did
Yeah.
also look it up. There is a Carpenter on Neighbors. There's Lou Carpenter on Neighbors.
There is a family of carpenters on Neighbors, but
Oh boy.
yeah, no, I did the other two, and then I was like, oh, John Carpenter, that was an easy thing. Oh wait, there's a character with a surname. Let's definitely make that a plot point.
That's
I
Yeah.
love that you confess to the wrong person.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'd already started down the train, and then halfway down, I realized, oh, well, I guess this
Wait a
is
minute,
a
who are
thing
you?
now. Yeah.
It was great.
Oh, dramatic. Very nice. Very
Okay,
nice.
well, we've got two things to give away. So first, I'm going to roll for the $25 voucher from Evil Hat.
Can I have it?
Did you enter?
Maybe.
No.
Well, hurry up and enter then. Just give
No, I'm
everyone a
okay.
couple of minutes. The prizes are either the $25 voucher, and then I will also be rolling for the what was it? The 3D6s
Nice.
from hell.
Local Twitch boomer here. How do you enter the giveaway?
Okay, well, you see
So-
that at the bottom of the chat, there is a little kiwi icon.
Yes.
Mhm.
Click on that. There will, if you have enough kiwi coins accumulated, you can click on the where it says enter giveaway.
Mhm.
Ooh.
So I
Good
need to get a
deal.
bigger dice now that more people are entering.
Love
That
it.
is the giveaway.
Okay, so Jury Summer and
It's gonna
Ollie.
be sus now if one of us wins it.
That's it, right? No one else is entering. Anyone else in the
Oh,
audience?
I had entered earlier.
Yeah, I know. It's only one entry
Oh,
per
okay.
person. If you've already won something,
Oh, I see.
you are
Jury
ineligible.
not Fury Sama.
So what is that, a D10 then? I'll roll a D10. First one is for the coupon. Unfortunately, I think they've already won. Let me check.
Oh no.
Yes, Samsara, and it's funny because Samsara also won the coupon from last time. So not Samsara. Sorry, Samsara, you're not eligible. I'll roll it again. JR the Hiker Bear wins the coupon. Congratulations, JR the Hiker Bear. And now I'm rolling for the dice. I guess Mr. Ray's got his fingers crossed because I know he wants some dice. Jonny.
Damn it!
Yay!
Woo! How
I'll
fitting.
steal it from him.
Thank you, audience, for all that you have contributed, your attendance, your chat, your torture, the force from
Yes.
yesterday, fixing the
It was
game from the
excellent
day
and upsetting in
before.
equal measure.
Thank you for everything. It has been an excellent Twitch anniversary. My first one. Maybe I'll do it again later.
Aww.
But not this early. Thank you, everyone. All that leaves us to do now is to wave awkwardly at the screen while I find the bye-bye button. Bye. Thank you.
I can be awkward.
Wow, that's a noodly arm there, Ollie.
It's what I do every single time you ask me to
I've
wave at
never
the
noticed.
camera
Okay,
awkwardly.
bye.